College District Engineering Office Davao del Sur YouTube channel, to back members as well as the DPWH members, back secretariat, trusted leaders, observers and viewers, good afternoon. Our procurement proceedings for today is a private conference for civil works. The private conference will now come to order. May I request Engineer Rason to lead the prayer.
Let us all stand for a prayer in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Merciful and loving Father, we come before you with a heart full of gratitude for the job and the opportunities you have given to us. Grant us the wisdom to make sound decisions and the patience to handle challenges. May our actions and words reflect your love and grace to our colleagues and all those we interact with. Help us to maintain a positive attitude and to be a source of encouragement to others. Lord, we pray for your presence to be with us for today's pre-bid conference, guiding us in everything we do. Let our labor bring glory to your holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Engineer Rason. Once again, our activity for today is a private conference for 9 civil works projects. Number 1 is 25 LD 0233, construction of school health facilities, Kapatagan National High School, City of Digos, Davao del Sur. Number 2 is 25 LD 0234, construction of school health facilities, Molopolo National High School, Kiblawan, Davao del Sur. Number 3 is 25 0235, repair rehabilitation of classrooms, Digos City National High School, Davao del Sur National High School, City of Digos, Davao del Sur. Next is 25 0236, repair rehabilitation of classrooms, Ramon Magsaysay Central Elementary School, City of Digos, Davao del Sur. Number 5 is 26 LD 0048, 26 LD 0048, construction of multi-purpose building, Barangay Hall, Barangay Nino, Kiblawan, Davao del Sur. Number 6 is 26 LD 0049, construction of multi-purpose building, Barangay Hall, Barangay Bonifacio, Kiblawan, Davao del Sur. Number 7 is 26 0050, construction of multi-purpose building, Barangay Hall, Barangay Bagumbayan, Kiblawan, Davao del Sur. Number 8 is 26 0058, construction of multi-purpose building, Evacuation Center, Barangay Bonifacio, Kiblawan, Davao del Sur. Number 9 is 26 LD 0111, construction of public water supply system, Barangay Dalumay, Magsaysay, Davao del Sur. That's all for civil works. May I request the head of secretariat, Engineer Rebecca Sila, to conduct the roll call and tallies the interested leaders and observers.
Good afternoon, everyone. We'd like to acknowledge the presence of our back members, DPWH, observers, viewers, who are here today for the private conference of civil works. Engineer Romeo C. Caliban, Engineer Chidoro M. Momo Jr., Engineer Virginia C. Uñez, Engineer Rialin De Santos, Engineer Achilles Ray R. Mebulos, Engineer Edward M. Abdala, Engineer Raymond G. De La Cruz, Engineer Roger Espaha, Engineer Waldemar C. Ausa, Engineer Jibril Sam Buat, Engineer Teresa E. Relacion, Engineer Ramel J. Maranan, Engineer Junaile Timondi, Mr. Elton John Albert Esterencio, Engineer Ivan Neko C. Tormis, Engineer Anilisa Sibonsit,
Present.
Engineer Winibeng G. Montañez,
Present.
Engineer Vanessa Ilasconia,
Present.
Engineer Ani Loren F. Diamante, Engineer Kinsey Marie G. Aligway, and Ms. Lucrecia Yubuko. Mr. Chair, we issue notice to observers dated November 25, 2025 to Honorable John Trasic Hagas, Congressman Davao del Sur, COA Audit Team, Mr. Eric A. Himelga, State Auditor, Mr. Wilfredo L. Dicena, President, Philippine Constructors Association Incorporated, the Director, National Constructors Association of the Philippines Incorporated, Mr. Carlo M. Batalla, President and Chairman, Crime and Corruption Watch, CCW International Incorporated, Ms. Mia Chris C. Daarol, School Principal 1, Molopolo National High School, Barangay Molopolo, Kiblawan, Davao del Sur, Ms. Aimee Amor C. Porto, School Principal 4, Kapatagan National High School, Barangay Kapatagan, Davao, Digos City, Davao del Sur, Honorable Alberto M. Guzman, Punong Barangay, Santo Nino, Kiblawan, Davao del Sur, Ms. Nova J. Rubion, School Principal 2, Digos City National High School, Barangay Zone 2, Digos City, Davao del Sur, Mr. Edsel F. Nakwa, School Principal 4, Ramon Magsaysay Central Elementary School, Barangay Zone 3, Digos City, Davao del Sur, Honorable Freddy M. D. Calma Jr., Punong Barangay Poblacion, Kiblawan, Davao del Sur, Honorable Mercedita C. Luon, Punong Barangay Bonifacio, Kiblawan, Davao del Sur, Honorable Domingo L. Mama, Punong Barangay Bagumbayan, Kiblawan, Davao del Sur, and Honorable Edgardo C. Mirafentes, Punong Barangay Dulumay, Magsaysay, Davao del Sur. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Kaya since majority of the back members are present today, I declare the private conference is in quorum. Our agenda for today is we have 4. Number 1 is brief presentation or explanation by the back of the following: A. Basic contract data including contract description, EDC, and duration. B is requirements of bidding documents, including instructions to bidders, general conditions of contract, special conditions of contract, specification, drawings, bill of quantities, and forms. Letter C is the documents to be submitted by the bidders. Number 1 is the technical component of the bid. Number 2 is financial component of the bid. Letter D is criteria and procedure for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification, and award. For agenda number 2, questions or comments from the bidders. Number 3, other matters. And number 4, summary of proceedings. Okay, let's proceed to Okay. Hello. Okay, let's proceed to agenda number 1. Brief presentation, so explanation of the back. Basic contract including contract description, ABC and duration to be discussed from the planning and design section by architect Armelta and engineer Ramon Marana.
Okay, good afternoon everyone, to our online viewers and to our end users and leaders. So we have 9 civil work projects to be discussed now for our pre-bid conference. We have 4 projects under DEFF 2025 and we have 5 projects under the revised 2026 NEP. So first, let's proceed to our presentation. So for our first project, with a contract ID of 25LD0233 and a project title of Construction of School Health Facilities, Kapatagan National High School NHS, City of Digos, Davao del Sur, with an appropriation amount of 4,987,500 pesos and an ABC amount of 4,975,000 pesos, a contract duration of 90 calendar days and under 2025 EFF. So here's our vicinity map shown and site condition. Next. Balik. So this project includes a school health facility and 2 units of 3-seater toilet detached building. Okay, next. Here's our typical perspective of our health facility. Next. So our health facility has a dimension of 9 by 9.5 meter or total floor area of 85.5 square meters. Required spaces includes the following: the main entrance, nurse station or the receiving area, examination room, office, dental clinic, and the PWD toilet room. Next, and for a typical detached 3-seater toilet building, next. The building has a dimension of 3 by 2.5 meters, which includes a hallway, a toilet room, and a sink or a hand wash. The total floor area of 7.5 square meters. Next, here's a typical base section of the building. Next. So, the project includes here's our summary of quantities. So, the project includes the permits, the earthwork, which includes the removal of trees, an embankment and a gravel fill, reinforced concrete, which includes the 3,000 and the 4,000 PSI structural concrete, the grade 40 and grade 60 reinforcing steel. Then under the finishing under civil works, we have the termite control works, the masonry works, the fabricated materials such as doors and windows, finishing works such as the ceiling, the tile works, the paint works, then the roof framing and the roofing works. And the project also includes the plumbing and the electrical works and the mechanical works. So next. So for our second project, with a contract ID of 25LD0234 and the project title of Construction of School Health Facilities, Molopolo National High School, Kiblawan, Davao del Sur, with an appropriation amount of 5,386,500 pesos. And the ABC amount of 5,373,000 pesos. The contract duration of 90 calendar days under 2025 BFF. Next, so the project will be located at the Molopolo National High School, Kiblawan. Here's the site condition as well. Next. So this project includes the proposed school health facility building and 3 units of 3-seater detached toilet building. Next. So the school gave deed of donation for their proof of ownership. Next. Here's the typical perspective of the public school health facility. Next. So the typical health facility has a 9 meter by 9.5 meter dimension, or with a total floor area of 85.5 square meters, which includes spaces, which includes the following: main entrance, the nurse station, the examination room, an office, dental clinic, and a PWD toilet room. Next. So for the detached 3-seater building, a 3-toilet seater building, here's the typical perspective. Next. So the building has the dimension of 3 by 2.5 meter, or the total floor area of 7.5 square meters. So which includes a 3-seater toilet and a hand wash. Next. So the typical base section of the project or the building. Next. So our project includes the following: the permits, the earthwork, which includes the individual removal of trees, then embankment and gravel fill. Then under reinforced concrete, we have the 3,000 and 4,000 PSI structural concrete, and the grade 40 and grade 60 reinforcing steel bars. Then under the finishing and other civil works, we have the termite control works, which includes the soil poisoning, masonry works, fabricated materials such as the doors and windows, finishing works such as the ceiling and the tile works, paint works, roof framing and roofing works, plumbing works, electrical and mechanical works. So next.
For 25 LD 0235, repair rehabilitation of classrooms, Digos City National High School, City of Digos, Davao del Sur. Appropriation of 13,634,170 pesos and 36 cents. ABC is 13,600,000. Contract duration 270 calendar days. We have 3 buildings to be rehabilitated. We have this Vicente map. For building 1, we have 6CL Marcos type building. For building 2, we have this BLSP or the Bagumbayan building, 5CL, and 2-story building, 6CL. We have the site development plan. We have the Juda photo of this project. For building 1, we have the ground floor plan. We have this elevation. For the scope of works for this project, for building 1, Marcos type, first we have removal and replacement of rope framing, roping, removal and replacement of steel doors and windows, and jam assembly. We have also the installation of fascia board and this cement floor finish hardening. Also, the painting of the structures. We have also the removal or replacement of flashing, the steel door and windows, installation of ceiling at corridor, and installation of reflective insulation. Next, we have also removal and replacement of partition, walls, the writing board, and comfort rooms. Also installation of 6 units, comfort rooms, and the cement floor finish. Also includes the plumbing works and electrical works. Next building, we have this 5CL Bagumbayan building. Scope of work, We have this, the removal and replacement of damaged ceiling at the corridor, replacement of fascia board, replacement of glass jersey, blades, installation of CSV walls at the rear side of the building, repainting of the whole building, and a new installation of electrical works. We have the floor plan and elevation of the building. Next building, building 3, the 2-story 6CL. We have the existing view of the building. We have the floor plan and elevation. For the scope of works of this building, we have the replacement of the roofing and roofing accessories, installation of reflective insulation, removal and replacement of ceiling, removal and replacement of wood and steel railings into steel railing, installation of wooden partition using fiber cement board, also replacement of jersey glass blades, also replacement of sliding glass windows with canopy, and removal and installation of wooden flooring into new PVC flooring, and also installation of writing boards. Also repainting of the whole building and replacement of electrical works. Also removal and replacement of body stairs into steel stairs, and from wooden railing into steel railing. That's all for this project. Next project, 25LD0236. Repair rehabilitation of classrooms, Ramon, Magsaysay, Central Elementary School, City of Digos, Davao del Sur. Appropriation of 6,015,075 pesos and 13 cents. ABC, 6 million. Contract duration 120 calendar days. Source of funds CY 2025 DEF. We have the vicinity map of this project, the geotech photo of the existing building. This is 9 classroom Marcos type school building to be repaired. We have the floor plan. We have the elevation. We have the projection and schedule of doors and windows. For the scope of works, we have the refurbishment of all comfort rooms and hand wash area of the existing building. Next is the removal and replacement of whole interior ceilings into marine plywood on wooden frames. Also, remove and replace the whole roofing using pre-painted low-span roofing. Next, we have the removal and replacement of wooden partition walls. We have the installation of corridor ceiling using marine plywood on wooden frames. Also, removal and replacement of dilapidated wooden purlins into steel C-purlins. Also, removal and replacement of dilapidated wooden rafter. in the corridor. Next, we have removal and replacement of existing in-wall into meter planning. Next, we have the removal and replacement of writing boards. Next, we have the demolition of the extensions at the rear side of the building. Also, we have the installation of this concrete entrance stair slab. Then we have the installation of the existing steel door to align with the top of the concrete door slab. We have also the repainting of the whole building. We have the summary of the scope of work and the summary of quantities as shown in the screen. That's all for this project.
Now let's proceed to the civil work projects under the revised 2026 NEP or NEP. So first, we have the contract ID of 26LD0048 and the project title of Construction of Multi-Purpose Building, Barangay Hall, Barangay Santo Nino, Kiblawan, Davao del Sur, an appropriation amount of 5 million pesos, and the ABC amount of 4,950,000 pesos, the contract duration of 90 calendar days under 2026 NEP. So shown is the vicinity map, which will be located at their barangay site in Santo Nino, Barangay Hall. Next. So the LGU provided an original certificate of title for their ownership or lot ownership. Next. So here's our site development plan. It should be located near at their barangay health center. Okay. Next. Here's our typical perspective of our barangay hall. So the project has a dimension of 15 meters by 8 meters, or the total floor area of 420 square meters. Required spaces are the following: the main entrance or the public space, the lobby, staff clerical office, a toilet, pantry, session hall, head office, and the service entrance at the back. So the project will be a complete structure, so which includes the following. So here's our summary of quantities. The permits for under our earthwork, we have the clearing and grubbing, the individual removal of trees, embankment. Then the reinforced concrete, we have the 3,000 and the 4,000 PSI structural concrete and the grade 14, grade 60 reinforcing steel. Then under the finishing and other civil works, we have the termite control works, the masonry works, fabricated materials such as the doors and windows, finishing works such as the ceiling and the tile works, paint works, roof framing and roofing works, plumbing works, then the electrical and mechanical works. So you may review these details for the uploaded version of the live broadcast. So next project, we have the contract ID of 26LD0049, the project title of Construction of Multi-Purpose Building, Barangay Hall, Barangay Bonifacio, Kiblawan, Davao del Sur, an appropriation amount of 5 million pesos and an ABC amount of 4,950,000 pesos. The contract duration of 90 calendar days under 2026 NEP. Here's our vicinity map and the site condition. So next, the LGU provided a deed of title seal for the lot ownership. The project will be, here's our site development plan. Should be located near the daycare center. Next, these are typical barangay hall perspective. The typical plan, which is a 15 by 8 meter building or a total floor area of 120 square meters. Spaces included are the following: the main entrance, the lobby, the staff and clerical office, toilet room, pantry, session hall, head office, and the service entrance at the back. Here's our summary of quantities. still the same, a typical barangay hall building. So same scope of work, so you may review these details for after the uploaded live broadcast. Next, the contract ID of 26LD0050 or the project title of construction of multipurpose building, Barangay Hall, Barangay Bagumbayan, Kiblawan, Davao del Sur, with appropriation amount of 5 million pesos, an ABC amount of 4,950,000 pesos, a contract duration of 90 calendar days under the revised 2026 NEP. Next, here's the site development plan, and the vicinity map and the site condition. Next, the LGU provided a deed of donation for their lot ownership. Next, so the site, the building will be located near their health center. Here's another photo of the site. Next, typical perspective of the barangay hall. Next, so for the floor plan, we have a 15 by 8 meter building or the total floor area of 120 square meters. So the spaces included main entrance, lobby, clerical office, toilet room, pantry, session hall, head office, and service entrance at the back. Next, here's our summary of quantities. Okay. So the contract ID of 26LD0058 and project title of construction of multi-purpose building, evacuation center, Barangay Poblacion, Kiblawan, Davao del Sur, with appropriation amount of 5 million pesos, and an ABC amount of 4,950,000 pesos, the contract duration of 90 calendar days under revised 2026 NEP. Next, so here's our vicinity map, which will be located at Barangay Poblacion, Kiblawan, and our site condition. Next, here's our site development plan, which our typical perspective of the evacuation center building. Next, so our building has a dimension of 15 by 8 meters or the total floor area of 420 square meters. Spaces included are following: veranda, function hall, office or storage, pantry, female and male toilet and bath, washing area, and service entrance at the back. The building would mainly compose of steel trusses and reinforced concrete columns and beams. The LGU provided an original certificate of title for their ownership. So here's our summary of quantities, which include the following: the permits, the earthwork, the excavation and embankment, the under plain and reinforced concrete work. We have the 3,000 and 4,000 PSI structural concrete and grade 40 and grade 60 reinforcing steel. Then under the finishing other civil works, we have the masonry works, the fabricated materials, the finishing works, which includes the tile works and the ceiling, paint works, roof framing and roofing works, plumbing works, and electrical works. Okay, yes, sir.
Next project, 26LD 0111. ABC, project title, construction of public water supply system, Barangay Talumay, Magsaysay, Davao del Sur, with an ABC of 4,950,000. Contract duration 150 calendar days. Source of fund effective 26 GA. We have the vicinity map of the project. We have the general plan layout. We have the scope of works, which includes the construction of pump house, pilot hole drilling up to 120 meter depth, the installation of multi-stage submersible pump, construction of elevated steel water tank, installation of pipelines using SDPE pipes, installation of communal faucet, and blow-up and release valve. We have the result of the georesistivity to determine the drilling site. We choose the well position drill at the point number 5, which indicates wealthy chance of getting water. Next, we have these details of the pilot hole drilling using an equipment of drilling rig mechanical rotary. Next, we have the details of the elevated steel water tank. Next, we have the details of pump house. Next, we have the details of the pressure and leakage testing of pipeline. For the summary of quantities, which includes for other general requirements like permits and clearances, the occupational safety and health program, also for airports like structure excavation and embankment, and also for reinforced concrete works like structural concrete class A using crushed gravel, and also for finishing and civil works like pipes and fittings, installation of pipes and fittings, the pickling works and machinery works, also for installation of GSB, non-load bearing, 100 thick. Also, we have included the metal structural accessories and steel plates and structural steel. For the electrical works, also includes the installation of pole-mounted distribution transformer with complete accessories. And for mechanical works like the water pumping system, the installation of submersible multi-stage deep well pump with control, and for water supply, we have this excavation of beneath post structure, the drilling hole, and the installation of PE pipes. That's all, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, General Maranan and Architect Tan. Let's proceed to agenda number 1B. To agenda 1D. 4B, requirements of bidding documents, including instruction to bidders, general conditions of contract, special conditions of contract, specifications, drawings, bill quantities, and form. For 1C, documents to be submitted by the bidders. For 1D is a criteria and procedure for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post qualification, and award. To be discussed by Engineer Achilles Bibulos.
Good afternoon, everyone. So for the technical component, which is the first bid envelope, the first bid envelope shall contain the following technical documents, including the eligibility documents. First is the PhilGIPS registration certificate, platinum membership. So QR code must be clear and readable. Next, reminder, failure of the bidder to update PhilGIP certificate registration with the current and updated supporting documents shall result in the automatic suspension of the bidder certificate. Next, pickup license and registration in case of joint venture. Next is the statement of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contract awarded but not yet started. Use form number 1. Next is the statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract, or the SLCC. SLCC shall be supported by an owner certificate of final acceptance issued by the project owner other than the contractor, or final rating of at least satisfactory in the CPs. Use form number 2. Next. The bidder must have completed an SLCC that is similar to the procurement project to be bid, and whose value must be equivalent to at least 50% of the EDC. Contract similar to the project as shown in the screen, and also reflected on the bid data sheet, ITB clause 5.4. Next, the net financial contracting capacity, or the NFCC computation. Computation shall be based on financial data submitted to the BIR through electronic filing and payment system, supported by the latest audited financial statement, duly stamped and received by the BIR. The NFCC must be at least equal to the EDC to be bid. Next is the joint venture agreement, if applicable. Joint ventures may participate provided that the primary purpose of each member must be similar or related to the requirement of the project. Each member of the joint venture shall be jointly and severally liable to the procuring entity in case of breach or failure to comply with the requirements of the project. Next is the bid security. The bid security shall be in the form of a bid securing declaration or any of the following. If bid security is in cash, the amount of not less than 2% of ABC. If bid security is in surety bond, the amount of not less than 5% of ABC. For the validity period, it shall be 120 calendar days from bid opening. For the bid securing declaration form, we have a new format. The new standard form issued by the GPPB TSO. Next, project requirements, which shall include the following. First is the organizational chart. Use form DPWH -13-2016. Next is the list of contractors, key personnel to be assigned to the procurement project to be bid, with their complete qualifications and experience data. Use form DPWH -14-2016. Shown on the screen, the minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel. Next, the experience means total years of civil works experience of any nature in construction and engineering consultancy services. Key personnel, particularly the project manager, project engineer, and materials engineer, must be different persons. Key personnel should include the following data or information: name of personnel, PRC license number and expiry date, date of birth, contact number, and tax identification number. And also, accredited safety officer required upon issuance of NOAA, and first aider with certificate of training issued by Red Cross in compliance to DOLE requirements, required upon issuance of notice of award. Next, the bidder should also comply the DPWH 252 series of 2025, which is the revised implementing rules and regulation of RA 11058, entitled An Act Strengthening Compliance with Occupational Safety and Health Standards and Providing Penalties for Violations thereof. Next, the list of contractors' major equipment units, which are owned, leased, or under purchase agreements, supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of the equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project, which must meet the minimum requirements for the contract set in the bid data sheet. Use form DPWH 15/2016, and the inclusion of minimum materials testing equipment as per DO 11 series of 2017. Next. So as shown on the screen, the minimum construction equipment requirements for 26 LD 0048. Next, for 26 LD 0049, for 26 LD 0050, for 26 LD 0058, for 26 LD 0111, for 25 LD 0233, for 25 LD 0234, and for 25 LD 0235, and for 25 LD 0236. Next requirement is the omnibus sworn statement in accordance with sections 54.3 of the IRR. So, for the new format, new standard form may be downloaded from the GPP PSO website. Other documentary requirements, sworn disclosure of relations and beneficial ownership in accordance with sections 81.1 and 82 of the IRR. Next is the ISO 9001:2015 certification or its latest version as applicable in compliance with DO 110 series of 2084. For the financial component, which is the second bid envelope, first is the financial bid form. Next is the bid prices in the bill of quantities. Next is the detailed estimates, including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in the coming up with the bid. And last one is the cash flow by quarter. Use form DPWH Infra-19/2016. For the format and signing of bids, bidders shall submit their bids through their duly authorized representative using the appropriate forms provided in the bidding documents on or before the deadline. And 2 separate sealed bid envelopes which shall be submitted simultaneously, whether through manual or online submission. The first bid envelope shall contain the technical component of the bid, including the eligibility requirements, and the second bid envelope shall contain the financial component of the bid. Forms, as mentioned in the instruction to bidders clause 17.1, must be completed without any alterations to their format. No substitute form shall be accepted. Each and every page of the bid form, including the bill of quantities, shall be signed by the duly authorized representative of the bidder. Failure to do so shall be a ground for the rejection of the bid. Any insertions, erasures, or overwriting shall be valid only if they are signed or initialed by the duly authorized representative of the bidder. Next is for the sealing and marking of bids. Bidders shall enclose their technical document described in instruction to bidders in one sealed envelope marked as technical component, and the financial component in another sealed envelope marked as financial component. Sealing them all in outer envelope marked as bid. The bid shall be typed or written in ink and shall be signed by the bidder or its duly authorized representative. All envelopes shall contain the name of the contract we bid in capital letters, bear the name of and address of the bidder in capital letters, address to the procuring entities bids and awards committee, bear the specific identification of the bidding process, bear a warning, do not open before the bid in time for the opening of bids in accordance with instructions to bidder clause 19. For manually submitted bid envelopes that are not properly sealed and marked, the same shall be accepted, provided the bidder or its duly authorized representative shall acknowledge such condition of the bid as submitted. On the other hand, unsealed and or unmarked bid envelopes or bids that cannot be opened or corrupted in case of online submission shall be rejected. The BAC shall assume no responsibility for misplaced or lost contents of the improperly sealed or marked bid or for its premature opinion. For the submission and receipt of bids, bid submission may be done manually or electronically. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic or online. For bids submitted manually, bids must be duly received by the BAC Secretariat on or before the scheduled date. For bids to be submitted online, the bidders should observe the guidelines for the electronic submission and receipt of bids as per DO 87 series of 2020. And the procuring entity's email address is electronicbids_Davao del Sur at dpwh.gov.ph. Bids submitted after the deadline shall not be accepted. For the eligibility criteria shall be in accordance with section 52.4.2 of the IRR of RA 12009. Eligibility evaluation for the procurement of locally funded civil works contracts shall be conducted electronically using the Civil Works Registry as per DO 64 series of 2012. Contractors who wish to participate in the bidding are encouraged to enroll in the DPWH Civil Works application at the procurement service, fifth floor, DPWH Building, Bonifacio Drive, Port Area, Manila, while those already enrolled shall keep their records current and updated. For the preliminary examination of bids shall be in accordance with section 59 of the IRR of RA 12009 using a non-discretionary pass or fail criterion for presence or absence of the required documentary requirements. For bid evaluation shall be in accordance with section 61 of the IRR of RA 12009. Technical bid evaluation involves a detailed review of a bidder's proposal to determine its compliance with the project's technical requirements before prices are considered. Financial component of bids shall be evaluated using non-discretionary criteria, considering the completeness of the bids, required items in the bill of quantities, and arithmetical corrections, considering computational errors and omissions. For post-qualifications shall be in accordance with section 63 of the IRR of RA 12009. It involves verifying, validating, and ascertaining all the statements made and documents submitted by the bidder with the lowest calculated bid or LCB to ensure that the winning bidder can fulfill the contract, including their compliance with laws, financial capacity, and technical competence and experience. For the awarded contract shall be in accordance with Section 69 of the IRR of RE 12009. The award is made to the bidder with the lowest calculated and responsive bid or LCRB. Next. For the supplemental bulletin, sir. Supplemental Bulletin number 2025-139 dated November 28, 2025. Subject: Additional project requirements. In line with the PhilJEP's advisory number 2025-007, which requires corporate entities with existing platinum membership to update their eligibility documents by submitting their latest General Information Sheet or GIS reflecting the beneficial ownership information in the Government of the Philippines Official Merchant Registry. To promote transparency and accountability, pursuant to Section 20.2-9-1 of the IRR of RE 12009, hence, please be informed of the following documents as additional project requirements. To be first is latest General Information Sheet reflecting the beneficial ownership information duly received by the Securities and Exchange Commission or corporations, and sworn affidavit of eligibility and beneficial ownership following the template attached as Annex A for all bidders, including sole proprietorship. This supplemental bulletin shall form an integral part of the said bidding documents for the guidance and information of all concerned. Thank you.
Okay, any questions or comments from the bidders and or other representative of procuring DP? None. Let's proceed to other matters. Other matters? Reminders to all interested bidders. Bid opening shall be on December 16, 2025, 10 a.m. at Conference Room, DPWH Davao del Sur DEO, Lapu-Lapu Street, Barangay Zone 3, Digos City. And bids will be opened in the presence of the bidders, representatives who choose to attend the activity. Okay, any questions? Hearing none, the private conference adjourned at exactly 3:03 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.